Bottles are a nifty item in the Legend of Zelda series and have been an item in the Legend of Zelda, starting with the Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo. Bottles can hold anything from potions to fairies to bugs to even the Deku Princess in the case of Majora's Mask. After first appearing in A Link to the Past, bottles made a return in the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and I'm going to dive into this 20-year-old game to show you how to obtain all 4 bottles in the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Let's go! So technically you don't really need a bottle until you reach Zora's domain to complete the final dungeon as Child Link, which requires you to catch a fish in a bottle, which you will then feed to Lord Jabu Jabu, which will cause the whale to pull a Kirby and suck both the fish and Link into his mouth. Nice. Acquiring this bottle in particular is part of the storyline arc and is unmissable, but we will get to that in a moment. The first bottle I like to acquire is this one that is rewarded to you by Anju for rounding up her 7 cuckoos that got loose and returning them to their pen. You can start rounding up these chickens as soon as you are able to enter Kakariko Village upon defeating the first dungeon and leaving Kokiri Forest, so I advise you to go ahead and grab this bottle because it comes in handy. Now I'm going to periodically speed up and slow down the process of rounding up these cuckoos to save time, so if you miss anything, feel free to pause the video to make sure you follow what I'm doing. After successfully tossing all 7 cuckoos back into the pen, speak with Anju, who will thank you by rewarding you with your first empty bottle made with the finest of glass. Now you can fill it with some red potion for that emergency health replenish, or with some stray bugs you can find under a rock in the graveyard nearby, so you can start collecting the gold skulltulas hidden within the soft soil patches as seen in my guide for obtaining all 100 gold skulltula tokens that you can check out if you haven't already. Like I mentioned earlier, acquiring this bottle is necessary for advancing in the game and is unmissable, and really is the only bottle required to complete the game. Just go to Lake Hylia after acquiring the silver scale from the Zora Rupee collecting game at Zora's domain by taking the shortcut and use your newly acquired 6-second dive to reach the bottle submerged in the shallow end of the lake, which will contain a letter from Princess Ruto. Now return to Zora's domain and show the bottle and the letter to King Zora, who will give Link access to Zora's fountain and allow you to keep the bottle, giving you your second bottle. 2 more to go. The third bottle is acquired by spending 10 rupees to partake in the Super Cuckoo finding game at Lolon Ranch by speaking with Talon. He will toss 3 Super Cuckoos inside a gaggle of normal cuckoos, and you must pick up the 3 Super Cuckoos within the time limit. After doing so, Talon will joke about you marrying his daughter, and instead will reward you with a bottle of Lon milk. Who needs marriage when you have some milk, am I right? The final bottle is the only bottle Link will acquire as an adult and is by far the most frustrating and aggravating bottle you will attempt to get. Honestly, 3 bottles is plenty to get you by an Ocarina of Time, and I would skip this bottle entirely because it is not worth the task of finding and defeating these 10 Big Poes that appear in set locations throughout Hyrule Field. But for the sake of this guide, and because I'm a bit of a completionist, I will show you how to acquire the final bottle, which means you will be painstakingly riding a opponent around Hyrule Field with your bow and arrow and 3 empty bottles, looking for these pesky ghosts so that you can capture their spirits in your bottles, so that you can get a bottle. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. So I'm not really going to go into detail as to where to spawn these Big Poes, just like the first bottle with gathering Anju's cuckoos. Just try and pay close attention, and if you follow this guide, then you should have no problem locating all 10 Big Poes. After capturing all 10 Big Poes spirits and returning to this creepy guy at the Hyrule Market storage area, he will stamp your card with your 1000 points and reward you with your 4th and final bottle of the game. Congratulations, you have found all 4 bottles in the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Now you can be well prepared with 4 stray fairies for that final battle with the Lord of Darkness himself. If you found this guide helpful, leave me a like, and for more video game guides or tutorials like this one, be sure to hit that subscribe button to join the James gang, as I will be uploading more videos like this one here on the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.